Greetings and love, light, and wisdom to everyone. So in this video, you know what? I really want to talk about something that I have been seeing be a very big topic in the LGBTQ community and also, of course, in the straight community. And so what I want to talk about is the idea of sexual preferences and how it's not exactly just physical. This has been causing quite a debate, and people are very upset with each other because there have been some people that say that they would actually not date a trans person because of the genitals, or they wouldn't date a certain type of person because of their genitals attached to them. And there's been a lot of fire being thrown around. So I would like to give a mystic's perspective on this. I have thought long and hard about this within my own life. I have reawakened in a very spiritual way to what it really does mean when we are connecting to someone sexually and we are attracted to them and we want to engage in intimacy with them and maybe not with someone else. Sexual preferences are not solely biological, and they're not solely just physical. And they also do not just simply remain in the domain of the mind where it's just based on your ego mind, your opinions and your values and things like that. It goes beyond. And I'm really hoping that transgenders and the LGBT community can watch this video, because maybe that would help a little bit of this anger towards one another about sexual preferences and how sometimes that hurts one another is when they feel that their genitals are being almost being judged, and that person is being judged for who they are. So I wanted to really be very honest about everything and just give you a full rundown of what I have come to reawaken to. And I really do mean it. I truly agree with Jordan Peterson in his idea with his very first video that he made. And I just recently commented on it because I thought it was very wise for him to actually say that casual sex is actually it's a way that humans kind of deceive themselves. There's no such thing about sex being casual, because you're always naked, you're always the most vulnerable with a person, being naked in a room with them or you know, wherever you are doing it. And it is always an intimate act. You are always sharing your body. You are always opening yourself on an animal level. You're opening your throat, your belly. This goes back to animal instincts, that when an animal is on the ground and it's opening itself up and it's naked and it's vulnerable, it is vulnerable to attacks. Every single sexual encounter that we have is intimate. And in some way, you are actually saying to the person, I trust you enough to be naked and to show you my body without armor. Because you are the most delicate and fragile when you're in your nakedness. So that is a vulnerability. And vulnerability is what leads you down the path of intimacy. When you are vulnerable with a person, when you're open with a person, it really is a path of intimacy. You may be in denial of it. You may only meet that person for one night, and that's it. But it is always an intimate act. And there is a reason for it. I have come to realize that sexual preferences are really not based on our opinions and are not constructed socially or through our environment or anything like that. It is about our soul path. We meet certain souls in our life that act as soulmates. Anybody that you have connected to on a sexual level, they have somehow entered into your life and have taught you some valuable lesson. Because the universe is all about promoting our growth and about expanding our awareness and our consciousness. We are all fragmented parts of the one source of prime source that we all come from. And we, in each lifetime, have this almost this hide and seek game that we play with ourselves in order to discover who we really truly are. Now, a lot of my videos I talk about Pleiadian consciousness and elven wisdom, and these are all archetypes of me actually reaching a point of meeting my higher self and aligning to a divine connection. To me, that is what symbolizes myself being closest to the godhood state and being one with everything. But what we are doing when we meet people that we are actually sexually attracted to is there is something else going beyond just biology. It is happening on a spiritual level, that we are being drawn and attracted to a certain person with a certain type of look, a certain type of body type, a certain type of race or ethnicity, because that is the particular soul that you were meant to meet on your journey in order to go through your soul growth. And each step that we take gets us closer and closer back to the prime source that we all originated from. Okay, so that is what this whole thing about sexual preferences are really about. It is much deeper than just the physical attraction to certain types that you are physically attracted to. It is about actually meeting certain souls that you were always meant to connect with. And the way that you have to see it and understand it is that we have written our stories out a long time ago, beyond space and time. And then we are able to insert ourselves into the physical world and play out the stories that we already wrote. There is some freedom within these stories. We are the creators, so we can change the outcome of the story. We can change the story while we're in it. It is not that anything is just set in stone, because nothing really is permanent, and creation itself as the prime creator is an evolving source of energy that always is constantly changing, adapting, and growing, and that's really what life on planets are all about. They are physical representations of that energy that is able to expand, evolve, and move forward in new ways. And we are individual reflections of that. The universe is like a fractal. So every little part and piece is a reflection of the whole. And so we are all reflections of the whole. So what we are doing when we are sexually attracted and we have sex with people, even if it's one day or if it lasts for many, many years and you start a relationship with them, it is because you were meant to meet that certain soul that had that certain type of lesson for you, something that you needed to learn more about yourself. This is a journey to know the self. And that is really what sexual preferences are on a very deeper level than just physicality. A person may not date Asians or gay men or trans women, may not date specific types because those particular souls are not what they are going to be attracted to, because it's not part of their story. It's not part of their soul growth journey, and they were never really supposed to connect with those certain souls. Just as when you're on a bus and you're sitting around and you notice that you connect with certain people in your life, maybe the person who's sitting next to you on the bus starts talking to you and has a conversation, but have you ever asked yourself, why is it that you have not been able to sit and have a conversation all the time with every single person that you meet on the bus? It's because those particular souls are not the teacher, or they are not the benefit soul that you were supposed to meet in order to learn more about yourself. In a way, they are almost extras in your life, but in their life, they are not extras. They are the star. And so their life will have a whole other sort of path, and it won't include you. And your path will not include certain souls. And this is why we connect with some souls and we don't connect with some souls. Now, it is not to say that in the next lifetime you may connect to that certain soul that you were not connecting to in the previous lifetime. Everything is about our soul growth and our journey to learn more about ourselves and to expand our awareness and get so high up in our awareness states and in our consciousness levels that we really join back with the prime source that we all originated from. And so who you are attracted to, who you sleep with, I just want to get this across because people are not talking about this. And I thought, why not show this other perspective that I have awakened to is the very deep truth of why I am attracted to certain people and why I am not attracted to certain people. It has nothing to do with hate or disgust or anything like that. It is about almost an energetic pull towards certain souls and an energetic repelling against certain souls. I was not meant to meet certain souls. They do not benefit my growth in any kind of way. Not that they're a bad person, not at all. It's just that they were not part of the story in the first place. So I hope that you come to understand that all the lovers that come into your life, they came into your life for a reason. And even though I married one man that I fell in love with, and he is my twin flame, and he gives me the anchor to my sails, I still can look back at my other relationships that I've had and realize that all of those, even the relationships that didn't last very long, they were all soulmates. They were all souls that I was supposed to connect to, and it has made me into the person that I am today. By going through the experience with them, even if it was just for one night or for a few months, I still learned so much about myself. And that is really what sexual preferences are about. It goes beyond just ego opinions. It is about energy and who our energy is attracted to and who our energy is not attracted to. And it is really about the story that we have written already and the characters that are playing a starring role within our story. So I hope that this gives a different perspective, more clarity. I'm doing this at 11:30 at night because I saw that this is something that's really tearing apart the LGBTQ community, and also they're getting upset with the straight community that they refer to as cisgenders, and the straight community is upset with them. I even heard one YouTuber, Jacqueline, her name is, even describe it as almost like a rape culture in a sense where you shame someone for not wanting to sleep with you because you have certain genitals or a certain body. And I just really hope to kind of bridge the gap between people and show them and wake them up and be like, knock, knock. It's not about the physical preferences. You're seeing that on the earth level, and that's what you experience if you're not connecting to that spiritual consciousness within you. But as soon as you do, you start to realize really what sexual attraction is all about. It is far deeper than sometimes humans think about. And so I really hope that this maybe helps people know that if anybody has ever denied you or rejected you or didn't even pay attention to you or not sexually attracted to you, or if you hold that particular type of label and someone says that they're not attracted to that particular label, I hope that you can look at that and understand that that person may not know what I am talking about as far as having a spiritual connection to each other, but that's really what it's about. Because remember, we are at the core scientifically proven by spiritual scientists that we are vibrations, frequencies, and waves. That's it. There is nothing material in this world. It appears to us as material, and we are learning how to integrate the material with the spiritual and enjoy the experience for a temporary time until we end up going back to the source that we all came from. And then we can begin our experience again. And the goal is to reach awareness level in which you can control the experience, and you become almost like a lucid liver instead of a lucid dreamer. You literally become awake within your life that seems like a dream, and you can control your life completely. And you can really live the life that you have always wanted to. So, Hananle for watching, which means thank you in Elvish. I just think that it sounds so much more from the heart. The Elvish language is all about that. And I just really want you all to know that I do appreciate you stopping by and listening in. And I do hope that this message does change your perspective and make you more aware of the spiritual world rather than focusing so much on the material one.